This is a mini bike frame we found on a scrap pile on Dad's new land. I've ordered a Isuzu mini bike kit minus frame, and I will hopefully assemble it on this frame. It had 9-inch wheels originally, completely rusted and falling apart. I've currently got rust remover sprayed on it, getting ready to scrub it, spread it out, rinse it off, see how much rust I can get rid of. So it's got these springs up front and springs in the back. So your seat is spring loaded as well as your front forks. This should be good for, I guess, somewhat off-road use, assuming I can free up the springs. Currently have the steering loosened. Yeah, steering's free. Those springs are solid, but we'll work on it. Worst case scenario, it'll be a solid frame, but with that neat look to it. So it was just the frame and front and back wheels. There wasn't much left of those. Took those off, and I am just waiting on an engine from Horrible Freight. The first one they sent me apparently was lost in the mail, so they're sending me an engine a second time. Hopefully this one arrives. I'll have to do some welding to get the foot pegs on. I'll have to fabricable a kickstand. The kit did not come with one. I've got to bend these ears back into place. Probably have to make some spacers, front and back. One of these is slightly twisted, so I'll have to... Anyway, this is going to take a lot of work. Parts have arrived. Did a little bit of paint. Doing green for the frame. Fake chrome for the bits that used to have chrome. I'm gonna eventually do better paint. I'm gonna tape off stuff and make it look good. All the springs are still froze up, so it'll ride like a solid frame, mini bike. There's tons of those. Yeah, who knows, maybe it'll loosen up eventually. Engine came in, and let's check that out. So I've got the engine, bought a torque converter. Torque converter mostly fits. I'm going to have to raise the engine block up off the mounting plate by roughly the thickness of a 2x4. That came out just about perfect. So I'll make some sort of mounting bracket that raises it up. Mounting the torque converter to the Predator engine, having to modify one bolt. Get that nice and close. Sanded this down to a shorter profile that holds the heat shroud. And that was interfering with the back side of the torque converter. The oil plug on this side sits really close in here, but it doesn't appear to be interfering. There's, of course, a oil plug and drain on this side that I will have access to. Anyhow, let me get that on. Ran into some problems with the torque converter. I'm going to have to make a couple parts and buy a bolt for the engine side of it. It's either missing pieces or they just didn't include some required parts. Pretty much what I expect from the cheapest torque converter on eBay. But with the 8-inch wheels, it'll set up a bit higher than that. That seat, I think that's going to look pretty good. Got the throttle on there, not going anywhere. Anyhow, it's going to have to sit like this for another week or two while I wait on parts. Yay.